welcome back. You're at another episode of The Table with Zoe and Jenna, and we are going to talk about something today that is something that we have both been feeling a little bit lately, and something that I think everybody can relate to. Don't you reckon, Zoe?
Yep, completely. And it's something that probably we are growing in every single day. So yeah. Hey, before we even get started today, let's bless your day. We want to call you blessed. We want to bless your hands. We want to bless your feet, your heart, your mind, every place that you're going to right now. We just release the full presence of God's love into your life and into the spaces and places where you're at. And even just know that you are doing a really great job at life. I just really want to speak that truth over you today, that you are amazing. God loves you. And what you're doing right now, you are the best mum. You are the best wife. You are the best friend and the best sister that anyone could ever have. And know the truth of what you have within you, God has put in you. So really want to bless you with that today as we jump in. Sorry, Jenna, I just felt like the presence of God on that. So really just encouraging you in your day. And I'm taking that for myself as well as I head out into the things I need to do today. So I'm very excited to have this chat, Jenna, because I know it's really important for us to know how to manage this in our lives.
Yeah, so good. And I just want to confirm and affirm that blessing there too, Zoe. We completely agree that you the Lion of Judah walks with you as you go throughout your day today. Hey, I had a dream a couple of nights ago. Well, actually, it was more like a week or so ago that God's just been using to remind me. You know, often when God speaks, he's not talking about something that he hasn't talked to you about before. I mean, sometimes it is, and it's like, oh my goodness, that's an entirely different thing. But then oftentimes there'll be some sort of niggle or some sort of knowing in you that, oh yes, I've heard this. I knew this was going to be something we're talking about. And so for me, this happened through a dream recently. And without heaps of the detail, because they're not really super important here, part of the dream was that I was on a boat. We were preparing with some friends. We were preparing to go out on a holiday together. And I was getting all of the supplies and I was loading them in and all the food, and I was storing it all away, finding places for everything. And one friend had arrived and she had something with her that she really wanted to bring, but I didn't think it was very nice. And so we were trying to sort of work through that. And then another friend had arrived and she was having a really hard time at the moment and really just needed someone to sit and talk with and that kind of thing. And as this was all unfolding, one of the men on the boat had called out at me, "Hey, Jenna, we're all about to go snorkeling. Are you going to come with us?" And I had responded, "Oh, no, there's too much to do here. You guys go. I'll go another day." And then as I'm talking with these friends and things are unfolding and I'm still unpacking the groceries, the man comes back, he pops his head back in again and says, "Oh, Jenna, we're literally just going to go now. Are you really sure you don't want to come snorkeling? Because it's going to be really beautiful." And in that moment, Zoe, I just remember that I was like, oh, hang on a second. I do want to go snorkeling. I actually do. That's where I want to be right now. And so I apologized to my friends and said, "I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to come back later and we can talk about this later, but I have to go right now." And that was the dream. And
wow, cool dream.
I wish I'd got to see the actual snorkeling. That would have been fun. But
yeah.
But it just, it made me, we were somewhere tropical. And I think, the first sort of thoughts when I woke up was, oh God, why did I leave my friends when they needed me? Why was I was in the middle of doing something that really needed to be done. Why did I leave to just go and snorkel, just, have a fun activity? And I really felt like he just reminded me that there is no better place. There is no greater priority. There is no wasting of our time when we spend it at the feet of Jesus and with him in the spirit. And, you think of snorkeling, what do you do in the physical? You're going into the sea, you're putting on goggles that you can see in a place that isn't natural for you, and you're seeing new things that you haven't seen before. And to me, that sounds like sitting with Jesus and letting him show me things. And I never in the dream I had said, I'll come back. We will talk about this later. And I just think we're in a time where there are so many things trying to get our attention. There are needs and there are problems all around us. People need us. And it can be hard work if we're giving out of our own strength. But when we come and we sit with Jesus, he restores, he refuels, he reveals fresh things for us that we can go and pour in from a place of wellness to others.
Yeah, come on. What a cool picture. Isn't this the beauty of God and how we learn to hear his voice? And I mean, even that you're hearing him in a dream, is something of how God is speaking to us in this new season. And so you've embraced that. You're like, okay, this is not just a dream. Actually, God's trying to speak to something in my heart right now. And this is actually a tool for me to know how to walk forward, like with him in this space and what he's showing me. Gosh, I love that. And I can sense the joy in your heart as you went off snorkeling with him. I think your friends might have gone with you. And I just think, isn't that cool that, like as you took a step to lay aside what was going on in that moment, that actually others would follow you as you went into that new zone with God and that new place with him.
Wow.
And where he showed you new things, that you wouldn't just be for yourself, that there would be something for others as well to go with you. And then when you came back, you could chat about those things later, and they're not going anywhere.
No.
But that time with him in those places, going and having those adventures with him, which is what we love, is really, really so important. Hey.
Oh, it's so true. And I actually feel, we talked in our previous episode, didn't we, about the new thing that God is doing. And I really feel like for in an individual sense, I don't know if you're feeling this too, Zoe, but that for me, one of the things is this questioning or looking at why I do the things I do. I think we've talked about this before, and understanding that doing something out of a place of obligation only causes resentment. There's no way to serve people in love if you're doing it because you feel like you have to, when you would really rather be doing the snorkeling or something else.
Or something else.
But if you can if you can prioritize and make sure that you're spending the time with Jesus, getting downloads from him, understanding where he's guiding you and what he's asking of you, then it pours out of you that it's a joy, and it's it's a real joy to serve others and to be there, because you don't feel like they're robbing from you and your minimal supply that you have, because you're overflowing now. And they can have it.
How cool is that? And you're excited about the things you've seen, so you're bringing that back, to those that are with you. And this is so good. And I think, again, it's part of this new way that God is shaping and changing, really, for me, mindsets, removing stale things and giving us his mind and showing us how to do this, like in a practical way. Jenna, that time with God can sometimes be challenging, because we think, okay, we've got things are a bit messy right now, and like, I know, you're busy or things are going on and it's not all perfect, and you're not all ready for this moment. But God has been showing me this little sentence has been stuck in my mind, that he wants to rest in my mess, rest in your mess. And it's like it comes so much from Luke 1:7, where Jesus is born, and it says there was no room for him in the inn. So in the place that was already prepared, that was perfect and neat and tidy and everything was good, there wasn't any room for Jesus there. But in the inn, where things were messy and not perfect and not all together, and things were happening and there was a lot of noise, he was in that place and he wanted to rest his head there. And I think he just wants to rest his head in our mess. He wants to rest with us where we're at, in the places we're in.
So good, Zoe.
And and it doesn't have to look perfect. And I know that is quite a big shift in mindset for a lot of us, is that, we don't come to our quiet times perfect. We come to our quiet times to be made whole. when I the analogy, it's like when you're having your house cleaned by somebody, you've got a cleaner in your house. It's like cleaning your house before the cleaner comes, because you're too embarrassed to let them see what your house looks like,
Oh my
What's
gosh,
the
I love
point
it.
of that? What's the point of that? And it's like, come on, just rest in the mess. Just let the cleaner come, because that's their job, to
That's so
clean up
good.
the mess. And,
And
your
it's
life is
mm,
real.
mm. And it's just reminding ourselves again of those, retraining our thoughts that actually when we are in Jesus, when we are in and a part of the family of God, adopted in his sons and daughters, when he sees us, when the Father sees us, he actually doesn't see you, Zoe, in all of the yuckiness that we see for ourselves. He sees Jesus because Jesus
Mm,
is in us.
mm,
And Jesus is perfect. So we are a new man, a new woman,
mm,
and
mm,
we are off with the old. So when we keep bringing it up, he's like, oh, come on, let's go back. Like, I want to
mm.
talk about the new here. Why do we
Yeah.
keep flogging that old horse over there? I'm done with it. I don't even see it anymore.
Oh, yes. Just, yeah, come on. And that's
So good.
that's the new thinking. And I think for some people who may be on my wavelength, that is the new way forward. And it's new, and it's an amateur, and I'm an amateur at it. Like I just said
Mm,
last week, being in that place of just resting in the mess, just being, and letting God come in and letting him sit with us in any space and any time of day. Practically, how this looks is not just a moment of complete silence. It may just look like, becoming aware of him in your day, like
mm,
just stopping and saying, okay, I know you're with me.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. I just love that, Zoe. And,
Yeah.
we all have to use the bathroom. We all have to have a shower and do the dishes. We all generally, unless we're in Auckland at the moment, we're all driving places. These are times that we can take the moments that are there and just say, Jesus, I need you. I need to know what you're thinking. I want to talk with you right now, and
Mm.
invite him in. Hey.
So definitely it's a practical way we can look at how that looks. Oh, Jenna, and I just love that story. I wonder like what you would see while you were snorkeling, like,
Mm,
oh my gosh. And I love that there are super big goggles as well, like really just covering your eyes, totally protected, that your sight and what you're seeing of God is just protected. And that you're wide open to so many new things that you've never
mm.
seen before. Like,
And it's so
oh,
funny because even just as you're saying that, it's prompted another memory of the dream of that, that feeling, maybe it's just me, but sometimes when I see scenery or colors of different kinds, that it's almost like I just want to drink them. Like I
mm,
just am like, oh, I want to drink this.
mm,
It just is like so appealing.
mm,
That's what the scene of the snorkeling looked like. It was like this desperation, like, oh, get it in me. This is what I want to do right now.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
feel like that's the heart of the Father for time with us, isn't it? Whether it's a 1 minute when we're brushing our teeth, or whether it's any other chunks of time that we get to have,
Mm.
he's not there to condemn or to judge us. He's there to take any moments and invite him into where we're at.
Yeah. Come on. So break off those old patterns.
Yeah. Yeah.
We really want to set you free today. Like break it off. Know that you are doing the best job that you can do, that you're loving Jesus more than you ever have, that you're
Yeah.
doing everything that you know how to do in the best way you can, even
Mm.
by, getting out and listening to us and listening to a podcast and being inspired, shows that you are putting your heart in the place with Jesus. And so, yeah, come on. We just want to bless you with that today.
Yeah. And do you know what? As you said that, Zoe, the time is 7:47, 7:47. That is, numbers are a way God speaks. That to us speaks of takeoff time, like an airplane, 7:47. So everything Zoe's just spoken about, this is the time for you. It's takeoff time into this, into all of that to be yes and amen. So
Amen.
Thank you
Come
for
on, Jenny.
joining us. We are looking forward to chatting with you in real life or talking to you again on here very soon.